dignitaries. Cultural events build up an individual's creativity, and it just takes us to another world of joy and happiness. Here comes a glimpse of rich traditions, music, cultural forms of Tamil Nadu through dance.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to everyone present here. Bharatanatyam is an Indian classical dance form recognized in Tamil Nadu. It is one of the Indian classical dance form recognized by Sangeet Natak Academy. Classical dance represents the religious beliefs and Shaivism and Hinduism of Tamil Nadu. Now, we the SWs of Avinashlingam Deemed University is here to showcase the Indian classical dance form. Thank you.
समर्थ भावन भारत साम्राज्य स्वीकृत तनयवरे जय हे जय हे विमल सुहृदया स्वकराज्य विविध कलाधरैरपि परिपूज्य समर्थ भावन भारत साम्राज्य अंत పరాక్రమ అభినిత లీలా అపరిమితానంద ఘన బుధ జాల శమితరి పూరంభ శుభ బుధశీల శాంత సత్యాగ్రహ విలసిత శాల శమితరి పూరంభ శుభ బుధశీల శాంత సత్యాగ్రహ విలసిత శాల సమరస భావన భారత సామ్రాజ్య శ్రీకృత కనయ వరేజ జయ హే జయ హే జయ హే
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Graceful as a peacock with the beat her rhythm sings, with a pot on her head, only a few could get a balance. In the world of vibrant colors, the Karaham dancer spins. Parade to awaken the blessings of the summoned deities, Kavadi to represent the holiness of Lord Muruga. Now let's come and enjoy the performance of Avinash Lingam Deemed University NCC cadets on the folk dances of Tamil Nadu.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to everyone. We have a dance troupe from Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science for women to perform the traditional dances, Kummi, Kolatam, Oilatam and Tappatam. Thank you, sir.
நன்னே நானே நன்னா கத்தினம்பைதை நானே நன்னா சொல்லமா சொல்லு நானே ரனே நானண்ணா பட்சிகளாம் அம்மா பறவைகளாம் கத்தினம்பைதை பறவைகளாம் சொல்லமா சொல்லு பலவிதமாய் வந்து தங்குதம்மா ரெண்டு மணிப்பூரவா பத்தினம்பைதை மணிப்பூரவா நம்ம சொல்லு இன்பமுற கவர செய்யுதம்மா மயிலினங்கள் பத்தினம்பைதை மயிலினங்கள் நம்ம சொல்லு காட்டை விட்டு வந்து தங்குதம்மா நாட்டு அந்த பறவைகள்லாம் பத்தினம்பைதை பறவைகள்லாம் நம்ம சொல்லு எம்மாங்கு அங்கு பாடுதம்மா
உழைக்கும் மக்க உன்ன கூடி உயரமா கொலடிப்போம்
பங்கெடுக்கும் மூடு பழக்கம் ஒழிஞ்சு போக கொலடிப்போம்
உழைக்கும் மக்க உன்ன கூடி உயரமா கொலடிப்போம் பழக்கம் ஒழிஞ்சு போக கொலடிப்போம் மக்கா இந்த கூறி எடுப்போம் மக்களுக்கும் புரிந்து போக நினைப்போம்.
தம்பி அந்த பாட்டை போடுப்பா.
பரதமும் பாரதமும் ஒன்றாக சங்கமித்த தருணம். கானமயில்களின் கரகாட்ட நடனத்தில் நாம் லயித்துத்தான் போயிருந்தோம். காவடி சிந்திற்கும் பறை ஒலிக்கும் அரங்கம் அதிர்ந்துதான் போனது. கும்மியும் கோலாட்டமும் இங்கே குதூகலமிட்டது. கலை நாம் அனைவரும் அள்ளி அள்ளி பருக வேண்டிய அமிர்தம். கலை நிகழ்ச்சி வழங்கிய அனைவருக்கும் வாழ்த்துக்களையும் பாராட்டுகளையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம்.
May I request our dignitaries to occupy these seats on the stage. Good welcome makes good people. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. With much exultation, I introduce our respected Principal and Secretary, Dr. B.L. Kumar, to the gathering. Dr. B.L. Kumar holds PhD in Computer Science from Bharatiya University, Coimbatore. He has 27 years of academic experience. He has 16 years of research experience and has 100 research publications to his credit in reputed journals and conferences. He has successfully guided 14 PhD research scholars. We feel extremely glad to say that he is the alumnus of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science. Now, may I invite our beloved Principal and Secretary, Dr. B.L. Kumar, to welcome the gathering.
Very good morning. I am indeed very happy to extend a warm welcome to Commodore Atul, Kumar, Rastogi, DDG, Tamil Nadu Directorate, who is visiting our college for a second time. I believe today's program is totally different from what we had a year back. This is exclusive for NCC cadet. I may say that this could be your life-changing day. Is going to talk about the opportunity available in SSB. So my humble request to all the NCC cadet, please keep your ears open and put many questions as possible to sir, so that you will be clear with what is SSB and how you can proceed in this particular direction. Sir, on behalf of our management, college and all the NCC cadet here from Coimbatore region, we extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I also welcome the Group Commander, Colonel BVS Shivarao. In fact, I would like to thank him. Maybe a month back, he visited our college for some other program and he told that DDG will be visiting Coimbatore. Immediately I told him, sir, we will host the program in our college. The same spot he told, yes, sir, thank you so much for giving us permission to host this program and welcome you, sir. I also welcome our beloved Chief Executive Officer of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, who is supportive in all our activity. I welcome the CEO of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, Thiru C.V. Ramkumar, sir. Sir, I welcome you, sir. I welcome officers from Army, from NCC officers from different college, heads of my college, and my dear beloved NCC cadet of different college for this program. Thank you so much.
வாழ்க்கையை மாற்றுவதற்கான நன்னாள் இன்று என்று வரவேற்புரை நல்கிய முதல்வர் மற்றும் செயலர் முனைவர் B.L. சிவகுமார் அவர்களுக்கு நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம்.
Honor is simply the morality of superior men. The best honor you can give to anyone is to show respect for their time. As a token of our love and gratitude, we request Shri C.V. Ramkumar, CEO of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, to honor our chief guest, Deputy Director General, Commodore Atul Kumar Rastogi, with a shawl. Thank you, sir. We request our respected Principal and Secretary, Dr. B.L. Kumar, to honor Colonel B.V.S. Shivarao, Group Commander, with a shawl. Thank you, sir. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader, they set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. I feel profusely elated to read the exclusive profile of Shri Ramkumar, CEO of SNR Sons Charitable Trust. Shri Ramkumar served in Sri Ramakrishna Group in various capacities from the year 1972 to 1997. He joined an Italian company called San Marco Texmac Private Limited in the year 1997 as an assistant manager accounts department. In the year 2001, he was elevated to the position of General Manager Finance and Administration. In 2007, he became the director cum president to look after the entire operations of their Indian company. He coordinated for statutory and tax audits, compliance of FERA, FEMA and RBI rules, including compliance of transfer pricing policy rules. He was responsible for complete secretarial functions and corporate governance compliance of the company and had interacted with all government departments, major vendors and service providers, negotiating contracts and other terms. One of his major highlights include implementation of the center-wise profit and loss account, which had been working effectively in the company. In the year 2010, he rejoined the prestigious Sri Ramakrishna Group as Chief Executive Officer of S.N.R. Sons Charitable Trust, which runs about 14 educational institutions and a multi-speciality hospital with 1,000 beds in Commodore. He is responsible for the entire functions of the trust, liaising between the institution heads and the trustees. He controls the entire administration of the trust and its institutions, including finance. It's pleasure having him with us today. May I invite our Chief Executive Officer, Shri C.V. Kumar, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Thank you for your wonderful words about me. And first of all, I wanted to thank the students for their wonderful performance. It was really, really wonderful and it was heart beating. Thank you very much, students. Wonderful, wonderful. Good morning to all. On behalf of S.N.R. Sons Charitable Trust and Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, I welcome Commodore Atul Kumar Rastogi, Deputy Director General, NOC, Director of Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Thank you very much for accepting our request, sir. And I also welcome Dr. Colonel BBS Shivarao, Group Commander, NCC Group Coimbatore, to this wonderful interactive session. Thank you very much for presenting here, sir. I feel happy to be a part of this program, which will open up the minds of the younger generation to know more about Service Selection Board. SSB is the prestigious body that is responsible for assessing candidates seeking to join Indian Army, Navy and Air Force. SSB plays a significant role in assessing the candidates thoroughly to fit into the Indian Armed Forces. I believe this session will provide a clear outline to the students to prepare themselves for the 5-day evaluation of SSB. I appreciate the initiative taken by the Principal Dr. Shivakumar, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, which will help prepare our students to join the Indian Armed Forces. Dear students, the aim of organizing these kinds of events is to introduce to you the most promising career opportunities available in India. Be vigilant in deciding your career and choose the career that will lead you always to success path. Dear students, overall personality development is the key element in achieving success. In the present scenario, skills will set a play and vital role in placements. Make use of the opportunities available in your campus and develop all needed skills for this. Hone the skills related to the field of your choice. Take part in all the extracurricular activities through which your soft skills can be honed. All these efforts will help you to attain an impressive personality. Physical and mental fitness is needed. A combination to get themselves and marvelous results, especially in the field of armed forces. If your aim is to serve the nation, be the strongest physically and mentally. Plenty of time is available with you at this age. Manage your time efficiently to convert all these challenges into opportunities. Transform your time and energy into knowledge and skills. Be brave to explore deeper, and to achieve more skills and abilities. My best wishes to every one of you to achieve greater success in all your future endeavors. My best wishes to all of you, and God bless you all. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
மாணவர்களின் அறிவுக்கண்ணை திறப்பதற்கான அற்புதமான தருணம் இது. திறன்களை வளர்ப்போம், சிகரங்களை படைப்போம் என்று தலைமையுரை நல்கிய நமது முதன்மை செயல் அலுவலர் அவர்களுக்கு நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம்.
It is a welcomed gift to encourage others to achieve greatness. I invite our Chief Guest Commodore Atul Kumar Rastogi, Deputy Director General, to honor NCC cadets, ANOs, PI staffs and clerks who have excelled in their respective fields and brought laurels to the unit and Coimbatore group. Certificate of Appreciation for Associate NCC Officers. 4th TN Battalion NCC Coimbatore, Major B. Kanagaraj of Chikana Government Arts College, Tripur. Major B. Kanagaraj of Chikana Government Arts College, Tripur. Lieutenant P. Prabhuram of Commodore Arts and Science College, Coimbatore. Lieutenant M. Dinesh of KIT, Coimbatore. Second Officer R. Suresh Kumar of Corporation Boys High Secondary School, Coimbatore. TN Battery NCC, Captain M.S. Zakir Hussain of Government Arts College, Coimbatore. Lieutenant K. Shobna of Sri Saraswati Tyagaraja College, Pollachi. TN CTC NCC, Second Officer L. Bhagyanathan of St. Michael Higher Secondary School, Coimbatore. Lieutenant N. Ajay Manigandan of Government College of Technology, Coimbatore. Lieutenant M. Mahabub, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering, Kinathukadavu. TN McCoy NCC, Coimbatore. Second Officer Mohan Raj of National Model Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Coimbatore. Lieutenant Charlie Jerome of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology. Second Officer D. Kumaran of Sri Gopal Naidu Higher Secondary School. Lieutenant N. Krishna Kumar of Sri Ramu College of Arts and Science, Pollachi. Five TN Girls Battalion NCC. Major M. Kalpana of PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. Captain P. Karpagavalli of Sri GVG Visalakshi College for Women, Udmalpet. Lieutenant V. Malarvili of Avinashalingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education, Coimbatore. Lieutenant A.K. Priya of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. TN Independent Company NCC Ooty. Chief Officer N. Kamaraj of Government Higher Secondary School, Idakad. Second Officer Jijo Joseph of the Lawrence School, Loudale. Two TN Flying Officer S. Jainulabdin of Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. Second Officer N. Rajesh of Yuva Bharati Public School, Coimbatore. Third Officer A. Hadir B. of Chandra Metric High Secondary School, Coimbatore. Caretaker Officer S. Suganya of Coimbatore Public School, Coimbatore. Sixth Medcoy Captain Vivek of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science. Certificate of Appreciation for PI staff. 2 TN Battery NCC, Battalion Havildar Major Pavan Kumar. Havildar K. Sami Rajan. Two TN CTC NCC, Havildar Murugan B. Company Havildar Major Rami Reddy. Sixth TN Metcoy NCC Havildar R.A. Naidu. Five TN Girls Battalion NCC Subedar Bharat Singh. Havildar Arvind Kumar Yadav. Thirty-one TN Independent Koi NCC Havildar Yellappa Gowda. Havildar Srinivasan M. Two TN Air Sergeant P. Kiran Kumar. Corporal K.K. Sahu. Certificate of Appreciation for State Government Staff 4 TN Battalion NCC Thiru P. Kirtivasan Assistant. Thiru M. Madayan Assistant. Two TN Battery NCC Thiru N. Balasubramanian Driver. Thiru R. Selvakumar Store Attendant. Two TNCTC NCC Thiru S. Anantakumar Cell Grade Superintendent. Thiru T. Paramasivam Store Attendant. Six TN Metcoy NCC Thiru T. Vijay Assistant. Thiru A. George Store Attendant. Five TN Girls Battalion NCC Thiru H. Sabaresh Assistant. Thiru B. Trilok Chandar Assistant. Thirty-one TN Independent Koi Thiru A. Balamurugan Store Attendant. Thiru J. Vikrant Kumar Office Assistant. Two TN Air Thiru R. Vivek, Assistant. Thiru P. Kumaran, Chowkidar. NCC Group Headquarters, Coimbatore. Tirumadi N. Sai Niranjana, Assistant. Thiru P. Karthik Kumar, Store Attendant. Thiru R. Arjun, Junior Assistant. Thiru U. Majid, Store Attendant. Certificate of Appreciation for Cadets, 4 TN Battalion. Cadet Lokesh Kumar of KPR College of Arts and Science, Research. Corporal Sanjana Corporal Sanjana V of Commodore College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Two TN Battery, NCC. Cadet R. V. Nitish. Cadet R. V. Nitish of PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Cadet S. Vimal Ashok of PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Two TN CTC Cadet Sailesh Babu KR of Bannari Amman Institute of Tech, Satyamangalam. Cadet P. Rajapandi of Bannari Amman Institute of Technology, Satyamangalam. Six TN Medical Company Senior Under Officer Sibi Varshan B of Sri Krishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Sergeant Anushya T of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science. Five TN Girls Battalion NCC. Corporal Vijaya J of Avinash Lingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women. Cadet V. Preeti of Sri GVG Visalakshi College for Women, Udumalpet. TN Independent Company. Cadet Veda Madhuvantika RJ of Government Arts College, Ooty. Cadet Amersha M of Government Arts College, Ooty. TN Irving NCC, Flight Cadet C. Mritika of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology. Flight Cadet M.K. J. Shaktivel Mani of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. Flight Cadet Pavan K. of Coimbatore Public School. Flight Cadet Adav K. of Coimbatore Public School. Flight Cadet Adav K. of Coimbatore Public School. Flight Cadet Priyamvada G. of Coimbatore Public School. Flight Cadet Mautik Dhanwant SD of Kumar College of Technology, Coimbatore. Hearty congratulations. Glorifying people is the most noble act. At the root of real honor is always the sense of the sacredness of the person who is its object. May I request our Principal and Secretary, Dr. B.L. Kumar, to present a memento to our Chief Guest, Commodore Atul Kumar Rastogi, Deputy Director General. I request our CEO, Shri C.V. Ramkumar, to present a memento to Colonel B.V.S. Shivarao, Group Commander. Our chief guest would like to appreciate the outstanding efforts of our college NCC cadets and officers by presenting certificate and memento. I request our beloved principal and secretary to receive the certificate of appreciation from the hands of our chief guest. I request our CEO, Shri C.V. Ramkumar, to receive a memento from the hands of our chief guest. Thank you, dignitaries. The program will resume in 2 minutes.
Long.
to hold them together. It is our privilege to introduce Commodore Atul Kumar Rastogi, Deputy Director General of Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Andaman and Nicobar, NCC Directorate, who has achieved great success in his field of expertise. I feel happy to introduce our chief guest of the day, Commodore Atul Kumar Rastogi. He commissioned into the Indian Navy in the year 1989. He underwent naval training abroad and emerged as one of the best cadets and second in order of merit as a midshipman. He was selected as the commissionary NCC officer of the first indigenous 1 to 4 RE Vibhuti and thereafter was an instructor at the Naval Academy INS Mandovi, Goa. In the year 1999, he was promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Cadre and appointed as NCC officer, Delhi. He also served as DSSC at Wellington and promoted to the rank of captain in 2009. He has also served as the Deputy President of Naval Selection Board at Commodore. He was constituted to the rank of Commodore in the year 2014. He served at DSSC Wellington as SI Navy till November 2021 and has taken over as Deputy Director General of NCC Directorate Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Andaman and Nicobar on December 2021. We are fortunate to have such a revered personality with us today. Here comes a video clipping which unveils the expertise of our chief guest, Deputy Director General Atul Kumar Rastogi.
Good morning. Good morning. Half of you are sleeping. I just want to wake up the other half. Good morning. Okay, thank you. respected CEO sir, who is not here now, respected principal sir, who is also probably left, Group Commander Kovai Group, commanding officers, associate NCC officers, members of faculty, MC, PI staff, state government staff, and my dear cadets of Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Andaman Nicobar Directorate. At the outset, I wish to thank Almighty for His blessing. I wish to thank all the predecessors of these beautiful institutions who have set up these institutions many years ago, and they have lasted your lifetime and a part of my lifetime also. I wish to thank the present management of this institution for supporting NCC in such an excellent manner. Some of you may not remember, but the color of banner or the background has changed. Last year it had more of SNR colors. This year the color of NCC is little more. And I think it is their support and their love for NCC has increased in the last 1 year. I wish to thank Group Commander Kovai Group for organizing my visit and coordinating my visit to institutions, group headquarters in this institution in a very, very professional manner. I wish to thank all the CEOs for their complete involvement. I felt very happy visiting the group headquarters yesterday. I was very impressed with the Guard of Honor yesterday afternoon and this morning. I was very, very happy with the cultural program put up. Very, very impressive one. And the entire function, a lot of efforts has gone in. So I wish to thank each one of you who have put in efforts. Now, Group Commander has told me that a lot of cadets of Coimbatore Group have become an officer in armed forces. And this year the number is 10. Am I right? So the talk today is on you too can crack SSB. And how many of you want to become an officer in the armed forces? Okay, please put your hands down. Today has been a long day for some of you. Some of you may not be very keen to become officers in the armed forces. Some of you may not be very, very happy with the subject. So those of you who are not finding it interesting can quietly go to sleep. I will not mind it. It is absolutely okay. I have slept in many lectures, and despite sleeping through, I have reached here. So all of you will reach far. So those of you who are sleepy, those of you who are tired, are free to go to sleep. And in case people wish to go out for a while and come back, that is also okay with me. So my talk today is, you too can crack SSB. And as you know, my life, as ma'am read out, I joined the Sainik School in 1978, and then I tried for NDA. I did not get it in the first attempt because I was rejected. I didn't qualify the SSB. Then I tried second time. I got through SSB. Then I worked in the Navy for 22 years. When I did not get a C command as a captain, then I got into SSB line. And I have worked in the SSB for 6 years and 2 months. I have interviewed 2,000 cadets, candidates. I have spent 4 years in INS Agrani as Deputy President of NSB Coimbatore, thereafter President. I have been President of NSB at Visakhapatnam. And based on all those experiences, I have organized my talk. And this is also available on YouTube. So any of you who are sleepy, it doesn't matter because you can always refer back. Are you all with me? So the talk today will be in how many parts? 6 parts. And the talk is organized in the same manner as the videos have been uploaded. So even if you sleep for some time, it doesn't matter. Whichever part you are awake, you can pay attention. Okay? The first part is, can anybody tell me which is the first part? The first part of talk is officer-like qualities. Brilliant. Somebody has read it. Who is she? Yes, what's your name? Archana. Archana. Okay, good. The first part is officer-like qualities. What is SSB? SSB is Services Selection Board. We are selecting people for their suitability for joining as an officer in the armed forces. Services means defense forces. Selection board means there is a board of officers which selects you all. Are you with me? So in this board, there are three techniques, or there are three technique officers: psychologist, GTO, and an interviewing officer. And you are assessed by these three techniques in 15 officer-like qualities. Have you understood? Now those 15 officer-like qualities are broken into 4 factors. What is factor 1? Planning and organizing. Brilliant. Factor 1 is planning and organizing. Do you have a functioning mind? Can you plan and organize? Which are the 4 OLQs in planning and organizing? Affective intelligence, reasoning ability, organizing ability, and power of expression. Are you with me? So in SSB, we assess you in 4 factors, 15 OLQs, quiet please, quiet. Those 15 OLQs are divided into 4 factors. The first one is your mind. Because for becoming an officer, you are going to command soldiers. So first thing you require is a better mind. You have to think ahead of the soldier. Then only you can lead. Are you with me? So there's 4 OLQs in factor 1 are affective intelligence, reasoning ability, organizing ability, and power of expression. What is affective intelligence? Essentially it is practical intelligence. Basic intelligence is what helps you in exams, memorizing, understanding concepts. But those, nobody will ask you to rattle out or repeat a definition of Newton's law in the field. You have to find practical solution to problems. And this is what we check in your affective intelligence. Practical intelligence and resourcefulness. What is resourcefulness? Ability to find solutions. You are in a tight corner, you have to find a solution. You have to be resourceful. So these are the basic concepts of affective intelligence. What is reasoning ability? Ability to understand what a problem is all about. Why am I repeating a word called problem? Because military officers are required to work in unfamiliar situations. Today you clear SSB, you get trained, then what happens? You go to Siachen Glacier at first duty. No papa, no sapad, no dosa. Now you are in Siachen Glacier. The boss will tell you, you are in charge of this section. You have to protect it from enemy. Now there is no physics book, there is no geography book. What do you have then? Your mind. Then only you can find solution to problems. And the world is changing. So you cannot refer back to what was happening in the past. You have to adapt to present situation. That is where concept of affective intelligence is there. Second concept is reasoning ability. How do you find what are the essentials of a problem? Are you aware of what is happening? Do you have healthy curiosity? This is what we assess in reasoning ability. The third part we check is organizing ability. Are you able to organize your time, resources to find solutions? Because all of us will have finite amount of time, finite amount of people, finite amount of resources to organize and find a solution to a problem. And the last part is, people are sleeping or awake. What is the last part? Last OLQ. Power of expression. For you to lead, the least you have is power of expression. So if you have power of expression to speak and to put your thoughts in words, if the thoughts are coherent, then you can lead. You cannot say, okay, all of you get up and we will go through this and we'll go through that and we will do it this way. If you are not able to present a coherent idea, then your team will not respect you. So this is what we check in factor 1, planning and organizing. What do we check in factor 2? Anybody from this side who has seen my videos?
Social adjustment, sir.
Social adjustment. Who is that?
Flight Cadet Kirti Reddy, sir.
Okay, social adjustment. Good. Next. So what are the qualities in that?
Social ability, sir.
You have spoken before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have to repeat cadets who speak so that everybody gets a chance to speak. Anybody else who's seen my videos? What are the 3 OLQs in Factor 2?
Social ability, cooperation.
Okay, okay. Good. Essentially, in Factor 2, we see whether you have adjusting abilities. And there are 3 OLQs in which we see in this. What are those 3 OLQs? Social adaptability, cooperation, and sense of responsibility. What is social adaptability? Your ability to adjust with different kinds of people. Military is all about working with people of the entire country and now also international audience. So you cannot have problems in adjustment. You should be tolerant of North Indians, South Indians, East Indians, West Indians, Gujarati, Punjabi, Marathi, everybody. You cannot say, I am from Tamil Nadu, I will only work with Tamil Nadu people. Then you should not join armed forces. The fact that you are in NCC, you are willing to explore, you are willing to meet people of different parts of the country, people to meet different parts of the world. So if you are well adjusted, it helps. Then you should have attitude of cooperation. Then only you can work in groups and work towards common goals. And the last part is sense of responsibility. Do you have discipline in you? Are you aware of, do you follow some principles? And essentially, do you have a sense of duty? So those are the elements of sense of responsibility. Have you understood Factor 2? Little more, yes sir. Those who have understood, have you all understood Factor 2? If you have Factor 2, then we move to something called Factor 3. And what are Factor 3 OLQs? Sorry, who is that? Kindly stand up. Good.
Social effectiveness, sir.
Okay. Social effectiveness, okay. What are the 5 OLQs in that? Good.
Sir.
Initiative, self-confidence, speed of decision, ability to influence group, and liveliness. Initiative. Anybody who takes a backbench can never be a leader. Leader has to take action. You can't be the last person to raise the hand and decide somebody else will do it. Then you will never be a leader. Then you will be a pleader. So, first thing is initiative. Ability to raise a hand, take the first step, and sustain that action. The second thing is self-confidence. You should be confident. You should be able to appreciate the situation. If you have reasoning ability, you should be aware of your group's strengths, and you should be confident enough to find a solution or execute a task. Next part is speed of decision. You can't take 18 hours to think. You have to think in reasonable time. Your speed of decision should be better. Then only you can lead. Your soldiers can't be thinking ahead of you. Then he'll become a leader. Next part is ability to influence a group. Understood? And the last part is liveliness. Liveliness is what? Even if chips are down, you have to remain smiling. Even if you are losing confidence, even if things are tough, you have to still remain pleasant. You still have to remain your pleasant disposition so that people are not losing hope on you. Then only you can lead them. And the last part is Factor 4. What are the OLQs in Factor 4?
Dynamism, sir.
Dynamism
Determination, courage, stamina.
and stamina. Very simple. The last factor is Factor 4, where we see dynamism. Do you have determination? Do you have courage? And do you have stamina? So these are the 15 OLQs broken into 4 factors which we examine in SSB. For NDA entry, are there any JDZW candidates here? Cadets here? Or everybody is of college? So when we do NDA entry, even if somebody has got lower Factor 3, lower Factor 4, we give little concession. Why? Because training period is large. They can get trained. But when we are looking at graduates, then there is no concession. Everybody must have factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4 for them to get selected as an officer in the armed forces. Have you all understood? So this is part 1 of my talk, which is understanding SSB and understanding OLQs. Now, if you have understood these OLQs, you will appreciate that these OLQs take time to get develop in you. Depending on your family, depending on your brothers, sisters, friends, education, teachers, your school curriculum, hobbies, these qualities take some time to develop. If somebody is like MC, somebody is taking interest, somebody is coming up on stage, dancing, their confidence and all may be a little better. But if somebody is only waiting for tomorrow, waiting for college to get over, not taking interest in anything, then obviously these qualities will not develop. Somebody who's done college, NCC, shooting, IDSSC, COC, RDC, VSC, their confidence, their initiative will definitely be better. So coaching institutions can only give you exposure on SSB, but they cannot bring up these OLQs. Have you all understood part 1? So if you have understood part 1, if there are any questions, I'll be happy to take them on. Anybody, any questions on part 1? Okay, so if there are no questions on part 1, we move to part 2. And what is part 2? OIR. What is part 2? If anybody has seen my video, what is part 2? No, that I have understood. That is one answer. I'm waiting for some other cadets to give some answer. Because Group Commander confirmed to me that all cadets have watched the videos. And viewership of my video has gone up only by 80 in the last 24 hours.
Selection board statement process.
Selection board statement. Who is that?
Sir, cadet MS Ashwat.
So you are the only cadet who has watched my videos.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
Any other cadet who has watched? Okay. Nobody has watched. Okay. The second part of my talk is stage 1. What is stage 1? Screening in. So when I joined NDA, there was no stage 1. Everybody wrote UPSC exam. Then they came for SSB. And then they went for medicals. But in the 1990s, the military realized that people who are spending 3 years in NDA, 1 year in IMA, are only becoming lieutenant commanders. Because military is all about a pyramid. There is only one chief. There are 10 vice admirals, 20 rear admirals, 100 commodores, 500 captains. And then military needed more officers. So military said, let's have a system of short service commission. In the short service commission, we will induct people based on their written exams of class 12th, graduation. They will not write UPSC exam. And then we will call them for SSB. But in SSB, you realize that people landing up for SSB is phenomenal strength. So then he said, we will have a system of screening in. Screening in is a crude form of testing in my experience of 6 years. And it is a process of screening in where we are screening in people on, candidates on 2 tests. But before I expose you to stage 1, I would also like to apprise you that the military of today has expanded. Earlier you had few entries, now there are multiple entries. And SSC entries are specific to various branches of our Army, Navy, Air Force. SSC IT, SSC Logistics, SSC Tech, SSC Education. There are umpteen number of entries. Each of these entries has only certain number of degrees which can apply for it. It means if you are BTech, IT, you can apply for maybe education and technical entry. If you are MBA, you can apply for logistics entry. So before you think of becoming an officer in the armed forces, you must understand OLQs, must develop them over a period of time, build up whatever is possible in the 6 months or 1 year, then carefully fill up an application form. Seeing whether with your degree, are you eligible for that entry? Because I have had candidates who have got screened out without screening in, because they have come for the wrong SSB. They are BTech in biotechnology. That degree is not applying for the entry for which he has applied. Be careful in how you fill up a form. Prepare well. Whichever city you are going for SSB, arrive a day earlier. Commodore, we always had the testing at 6 in the morning. So if you come at 4 o'clock in the morning and train is later, then your time is up. So it is better always to arrive a day earlier. Settle down in a lodge, settle down in a room. You are a little more aware, a little more fresh when you land up for testing. When you land up for testing, don't go in jeans, chappal, casual, shorts. You may be informal at home with the present family setup, but military is all about formality. And if you are formally dressed, better. Wear some clean pair of trousers, shirt, shoes, which are at least, and then you land up, when you are fresh, then you have better chance of presenting yourself. Be attentive to briefings. Arrange all your documents which the SSB has asked you to bring in a manner that you can offer them whenever somebody asks you. If they ask you for class graduation certificate, you can't be struggling where to find it. Sir, I have not brought copies, I have not got my passport photo, I have not got my shoes. So there are a lot of rejections on these grounds only. 10% sometimes get rejected because they have come less prepared. Then there will be somebody who will brief you in SSB. Pay attention to all those briefings. Whatever we may tell you in this capsule or in the coaching institution, finally what applies is a briefing which somebody is giving you that day. I have left SSB 4 years back. SSB today may have some different process. I have no idea. And SSB will never, nobody knows what is happening in SSB. It's just that normally things don't change. So when you come, stage 1 those days at least was 2 tests. The first one was intelligence test. For an intelligence test, you will be taken to an auditorium. And depending on size of the board, auditorium may be small, auditorium may be big. In auditorium, somebody will ask you, somebody will give you a briefing and will conduct 2 intelligence tests. The first one is a verbal test. And the second one is a non-verbal. What is the difference between verbal and non-verbal? Anybody? Indumati, anybody is Indumati here? I'm just guessing some names of Chennai. Anybody, what is verbal reasoning test and non-verbal? Okay, verbal tests have some answers to be given. True or false, any word to be given. Essentially, all intelligence tests are testing your intelligence. And they are testing your mind. They are testing your ability to find solutions. Verbal test requires some answers to be given. Non-verbal test, you have some diagrams to choose. This diagram will fit in if this is a triangle like this, triangle like this, triangle like this, which is the 4th shape. So figures, anything where there is no word involved becomes a non-verbal test. That is the basic answer I can give you. Some of you may research little more on this. These intelligence tests are selected randomly. So you have a verbal test of either 20 to 30 minutes where there are questions to be answered. Pay attention to briefing, pay attention to the test and answer carefully without wasting time in consulting somebody else. How do you know he is brighter than you or she is brighter than you? Do your answers, be as quick as possible, but don't be so fast that you make mistakes. Attempt those intelligence tests and do your best. If you can practice them on the net before, you are a little better off. Then the second test will be non-verbal test. Again, that is the second intelligence test. Your performance in these 2 intelligence tests will decide your officer intelligence rating. If you get more marks, your OIR generated will be either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Then somebody will show you a picture in an auditorium. And that picture, somebody will brief you. You will be asked to write a story. Somebody will give you a briefing. How many characters do you see? And can you write a story? Most of these pictures are little hazy. You may not see completely, you may not see clearly. So whatever you perceive, you write a story. How do you write a story? Introduction, main body, conclusion. Or past, present, future. Are you with me? Somebody may ask you to make a story for this. Somebody may write a story. There are 1,000 boys and girls waiting when the speaker will finish so that they can go for lunch. This is also a story. Second, somebody else may write, this is a beautiful institution created long back. So many boys and girls are defense aspirants. They are a distinguished speaker has come from Chennai or whatever. And he is sharing with them. The cadets have benefited immensely and most of them later go on to become great people in the world. Again, somebody has written 8-line story on the same picture. Somebody else may write some other story. So this is your story. This is where picture perception and discussion test happens. So when you have shown a picture and then you have written a story, once you write a story, use all the time available to write a story. If you can think for 30 seconds and then write 8 lines, better. If you have learned something in coaching and fit it in the picture, it may not work. Are you with me? Most of you had raised your hands from here for SSB. So this is picture perception. What is your perception of the picture? Once you write a story, you have to submit the document to the staff who is conducting it. Then you all go out, stand up in lines, and then you are called in a classroom for discussion. That discussion happens in the batch of 12 to 15. So 12 to 15 will march in a class, in a classroom rather, and there are 3 officers who are seated there. An IO, a GTO and a psychologist. So those 3 are seated there. If you are smart, if you've written a good story, have not got confused while standing outside and listening to others, when your chance comes, narrate a story, whatever you have written. Rather than changing something, rather than talking about some other story. Now, chess number 1 to 12 or 15 will narrate their story in sequence. And thereafter there is a discussion which happens on the story so that you can arrive on a common story. And then the assessors will ask you, who can narrate a common story? And then if you are confident, you can narrate a common story. Have you understood? Now the problems which happens in this testing, people make mistakes in the intelligence rating test. They try and guess an answer, then it reduces their marks. They sometimes write in the wrong row. They waste time in looking here and there. When the picture perception happens, people don't write 8-line story. People write 2 lines. People write 4 lines. People write in a illegible hand. So those are the mistakes happens. In the discussion room, people change their story, what they have written. Then there is a lot of fish market sometimes in the PPDT. My advice is, if you write a good story, are able to narrate it, you will have a better chance. And if you are confident, then at the end of story, you sum up. If you're not confident, it doesn't matter. But you do your best, participate in the discussion as much as possible. Upon completion of this, results are compiled where your combination of intelligence rating test and performance and discussion test decides whether you are screened in or not screened in. As I have said, OIRs are 1 to 5, and in the discussion they give you a marking called YDN. Y means yes, D means doubtful, N means no. If you have higher rating, then 1D also, 1D means one of the assessor will likely to get you screened in. If you are lower OIR, then you need Ys to get screened in. So this is my advice on stage 1. Be careful in which form you are filling up. See whether you are suitable. Arrive a day early. Book your own tickets. Don't go with family. Then your awareness level and confidence levels are very low. arrive in time, carry some good pair of dresses, carry a good document folder, be fresh when you land up, do well in your intelligence test, do your best in the discussion, and wait for the results. In case you get screened in, well done. In case you don't get screened in, doesn't matter. So with this, I come to end of my part 2. So if there are any questions, you can ask me. Anybody, any questions still thus far? Good?
Sir,
Okay, please.
is there any time limit in narrative stories, sir, in group discussion?
Yes, there is a time limit of 1 minute. I think you have to narrate your story in 1 minute. Good question.
For each person, sir?
Yes, for each person. Each person gets 1 minute to narrate a story which you have written in about 8 lines maximum. Good.
Thank you, sir.
So myself, Cadet Shiva Subramaniam, and while you are explaining about the narrating part, you said that the cadets may be not confident while telling the story. But there will be a case like like a group of people could have been imagined the same story to narrate down. Won't it be repeated and they might lose the chance to be selected, sir? More like 5 students may have been written the same story. Will that be accepted as selected or it will be rejected, sir?
See, this is a same picture is being shown to so many people. It is possible that 5 of you will perceive the same thing. In my experience of 6 years, I found that the same picture looks different from different parts of auditorium. Thank you. I can keep it. Okay. So, thank you. So, in my experience of 6 years, I found that the picture looks different from different parts of auditorium. If the picture is here, and these pictures are hazy. So I remember a famous picture where you can either see it as a swimming pool or you can see it as a cricket match. Because you can see some level ground and some hands coming up. You can see it as a cricket match or you can see it as a swimming pool. That's I remember. So now when you are come for discussion, 5 of you will talk about cricket match. Somebody will write, this is a famous match of India, Pak of 1984. That's the story I remember. Some of you will write today's matches. This is a famous match of India, Pakistan, which happened in Ahmedabad. Doesn't matter. You will talk about Ahmedabad, she will talk about India, Pak in Colombo, or somebody will, it depends on whatever is your story. If 5 is same, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. What matters is how able, because each technique is assessing you, whether do you have any chance of getting selected in stage 2. Based on that, they give YDN. If the IO finds you confident, good bearing, good English, good diction, and some idea in your story, if you write 1 line or if you write 8 lines in a sequence, it goes in your favor. Little factor 1, little factor 2, little intelligence, okay, we'll give them a chance in stage 2. So that is how the mind of an assessor works in stage 1. So your ways to succeed is, if you put up a good appearance, good narration, and when you finish your narration of chess number 1, now you pay attention to what chess number 2 is saying, what 3 is saying, what 4 is saying. Why? Because you're in a group discussion. You have to pay attention to views of other members of the group. Then decide which one is a better story. If you think that chess number 8 story is better, then accept it. But rather than being rigid that my story is best, my story is best, that is the whole purpose of a discussion. Have I answered that question? Okay, good. Anybody else good? Some of you are taking interest. Yes, ma'am. Boliye. Mike.
Sir, the common story you said to be developed, can it be any other story that the one of the member narrated, or it can be developed through group discussion?
No, sorry, can you repeat your question?
The common story, you said all the team members can develop a common story, no sir?
Correct.
The common story, can it be any one of the story that one of the team member narrated, or all together can come up with another story?
Okay, good. See, what happens is, at the end of the day, you have gone there for selection. You have written a good story, but people are not accepting your story. Now at some time you have to decide which is the best way forward. If you think the other story is good, you support that other story. So it is all a dynamic situation. You cannot go with a preconceived idea that I will go narrate a story, I'll make sure that everybody selects mine. So you see what is the situation. If you think chess number 7 has given a good story, accept it. You can, after some time, after everybody's narration, you can say, okay, having listened to every story, I think chess number 7 is a good story. 5 of us have talked about a cricket match. This is a common story we can make. That is a good line of functioning. You are at least adjustable to your team members. Who is asking that question? What college are you from?
Beltech University, sir.
Beltech? Chennai? No.
Yes, sir. Chennai.
So, this is Commodore, I think.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing here?
We were in a camp in Coimbatore, sir. BLC.
It's a BLC camp. Okay, okay, good. I get confused. Okay, so did I answer your question? Okay, okay, good. Any other question? Yes, yes.
Sir, Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind.
Sir, I am SEO Sanjana from 4 Battalion, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. In PPT, they'll show a blank picture, sir. So, what do they expect from the blank picture, sir?
Okay, okay. First of all, I have not reached, that is part 3 of my talk. We are on part 2.
Yes, sir.
You want to leave early?
No, sir.
Then this is only part 2. Blank slide is, did I mention a blank slide?
No, sir.
Then?
I had a doubt, so I just asked.
No. You have to go through all the 6 parts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir.
She is asking about part 3 question. This is to confuse the speaker. Okay. Any other question? Yes, yes. Mike.
What are the reasons for having a hazy picture in the perception test? What are the reasons for having a hazy picture that is unclear and the perception can be created? What are the reasons for saying?
Understood. Good, good. See, reasons are essentially we want to see what is in your mind. When you see somebody standing like this clearly, you will know what is, then there is no discussion. Everybody light 5 foot 4 inches, white uniform, golden stripes, naval officer standing. Your mind, what does it imagine when that is little hazy? That is where your perception, your inside of mind probably gets revealed. Those are my thought process. I'm not a psychologist, but I think that is how maybe it is designed to see everybody's imagination, what can come. So that may be the logic. Okay, good question. Any other question? Okay. No. Okay, so if we have understood part 2, then let's move to part 3. If anybody is uncomfortable, can walk out and come in because it's a long session. So anybody is uncomfortable can quietly go out, come back, settle down. If you're sleepy, you can sleep, so there is no problem. Now, having seen stage 1, and since you are prepared for OLQs, you have filled up form correctly, you are prepared for intelligence test, you have done well in PPDT. Now, most of you have got screened in. Okay, so after you get screened in, then what happens? From 120, the strength of screening in could be 40. From 380 once, I had kept 96 people in stage 2. From 106 once, I had kept only 6 people. So it depends on performance of cadets in stage 1, and then number of people is decided for stage 2. Now before stage 2 starts, somebody will ask you to fill up a form called, you are required to fill up a form at SSB center. What is that form?
A PIQ form, sir.
Okay, PIQ form. Who is this? Now, which form is this? Personal information questionnaire. Brilliant. Good. Essentially, what happens now, you have to fill up a form called PIQ form. PIQ form is available on the net. It has got particulars about place of residence, your name, your height, weight, sports, family, games, extracurricular activity, and all other details, schools, college, percentage. Everything about you are required to fill up in a PIQ form. These are filled up in 2 copies. And one form goes to interviewing officer and one form goes to psychologist. The GTO does not get this form. Be careful in filling up PIQ form. Suppose when you fill up games played, Some people to impress may write cricket, badminton, hockey, football. The interviewing officer asked, when did you last play cricket? Said 12 years back. So is it a game that you are playing? No. So that is how you have to be careful in filling up PIQ form. Fill it up with the instruction they give and with the headings which are there in the form. The second important thing is GTO briefing. One GTO will come and brief you on rules and regulations for the board. They tell you what we expect you from the board, what rules and regulations to follow. They will ask you to deposit a mobile. Listen to those rules. Since you have gone for testing, put your best foot forward. I have had cases where candidates have deposited mobile, but I'm also keeping second mobile. People are seated here who have kept second mobile. Sorry. So now they have gone for selection in armed forces. One indiscipline, your selection chances reduce drastically. So these are some pitfalls I observed in the SSB. People spend a lot of time in the dormitory chit-chatting, asking others what to expect. Somebody is psyching them out. They are talking till 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Sorry. Without realizing that next day morning is test. So these are some things that you must avoid in SSB. If you have filled up PIQ, if you have listened to GTO briefing, now comes day 2 of SSB, and which is, what happens on day 2? Psychology test. Now psychology test happens on second day. It happens from 7:30 to 10:30 or 11 in the morning. And essentially psychology tests are 4 tests. It is better to sleep well at previous night, get up fresh, finish your routine in a time-bound manner, so that you are ready ahead of others and you are in a good state of mind, good frame of mind. If you are tired, your responses may not be as good. A psychology test essentially is going to be assessed by a psychologist. And psychologist is going to assess you on which all OLQs? Which all OLQs will the psychologist assess you? Anybody? What is my question? Okay, people are all sleepy, given up. Should we wind up here? Who all are interested? Very few. Okay, good. No, I have no problem. I'll go back to Chennai faster or Salem. Okay, so you have to tell me. My question is, psychologists will assess which all OLQs? No, psychologists will assess your personality in which all officer-like qualities? No, number, how many qualities? 4. Okay, good. Anybody else? Any answer? He is saying psychologists
15, so.
15. Only you are answering. Okay, psychologists will assess you in the same 15 OLQs. GTO assesses you in the same 15 OLQs. IO assesses you in the same 15 OLQs. Are you with me? That is why OLQs was part 1 of my talk. Now when you go for psychology test, it starts at 7:30 in the morning. And the first test is TAT. What is TAT for? Okay, TAT stands for Thematic Apperception Test, where you are shown 12 pictures. There are 11 pictures and 1 blank slide. That was your question. Are you with me? You have to keep saying yes, sir, otherwise I'll wind up my talk. Okay. Okay, after part 3, we'll take a short break to refresh you all. Or should we take a break now? How many of you want a break now? Okay. I think, Shiva, we have no other option, because I think the audience is quite sleepy. So we'll give them a break, otherwise they will not last. Okay, cadets, please take a short break and we shall reassemble in 15 minutes, 12:30. 12:30 I'll start my talk.
ये no sound and all in charges to control the cadets. They will move silently without making noise. One should move very silently, freshen up, come back and sit down without making any noise. There shouldn't be any chaos. The in charge of the cadets must control them. It must be a very disciplined move and come back and settle down again.
Good afternoon. Okay, having seen two parts of my talk, let me take you to part 3 of my talk. And that talk is on, what is the part 3 of my talk? Psychology technique. Now, before I come to psychology technique, I have inputs that there are 2 questions on YouTube from my viewers who are watching me on YouTube. The first question is, how to improve communication skills? And my answer is, you can only improve communication skills by communicating. If you want to improve your speaking, then you have to keep speaking in public. If you want to write well, then you have to write more. So I also was never good in public speaking. But when I said, let me improve my English, I started speaking in English to as many people as possible. Then I married an English-speaking wife who was educated in convent. Then she did some education to me at home. She always used to see my rehearsals at home. Now she has allowed me to speak without rehearsals at home. And when I was in school, some boys wanted to speak in English. So I remember a student called Cadet Satyam Bose. He swore that he will always speak in English. Whether anybody else speaks to me in Punjabi, Tamil, whatever, he'll speak in English. Finally, he was the best student in English because that is how he said. So you can only improve yourself by putting an effort in the direction that in which you want to improve. So that is my answer. And I also wish to inform that there is a talk on how to improve speaking in public. My tips is available on YouTube on the same link at the rate of DDG Talks. Now the second question I have got on YouTube is how to do well in face-to-face interview. And this will get covered in part 5 of my talk today, where I am talking about interviewing technique. Okay? So with that 2 questions of the YouTube, let me move you all to part 3 of my talk, which is how to do well in psych technique. And as I mentioned earlier, the psychology technique assesses your personality in the same 15 OLQs. Now, psychology tests go into your mind. What is in your mind? What is in your subconscious? And these are tested through the various psychology tests which we conduct. Now, psychology tests are essentially 4 types of tests. The first test is thematic apperception test, where we show you 12 pictures, 11 pictures followed by a blank slide. Now each picture is shown to you for 30 seconds and thereafter you have to write a story for 4 minutes. Now these pictures are also hazy pictures. When you see a picture, you have to again write a story. That story can be what is the past, what is the present, and what is the future. Or you have to write what is an introduction, main body, and conclusion. I gave an example of an auditorium like this. Any of you can write a story, whatever comes to your mind. There was a famous picture I used to see of a river, a bridge on top, and a boy standing. Now again, you have to write a story. Somebody can write a story that this is a boy, his parents are beating him, he is very unhappy, he is not doing well in academics, now he has come on this bridge and he wants to commit suicide, and finally he dies. So this is a story somebody has written. Somebody else writes a story, this boy is doing well, his parents love him, he always crosses this bridge and goes to his school, and he always thinks of how to improve this area. And he has a vision of improving this and to develop this, and this is what he is contemplating when he is standing on the bridge. Now from the same picture, 2 people, 2 stories. Which indicates a better psyche? The second one. Now you cannot fit a story. You have to write a story which comes to your mind. What will come to your mind? Depending on what you are feeding it from your birth to the testing times. Have you understood? Now psychology test is testing your psyche. What is in your subconscious mind? So they show you 12 pictures One picture, 30 seconds, write a story for 4 minutes. In the same page, half page, another picture, another half story. So in the same dossier, first 6 pages, you write 12 stories. Now normally when you go for coaching, what happens? Coaching will give you practice to write stories. Sometimes when you come to do the test, you write a fitted story. You have seen something in coaching, you try to fit the same story in this picture. That is where it adds to confusion and you are not able to display your correct side to the psychologist. And when a psychologist is not comfortable, then they will not select you. So it is better to write something. You must understand test and write what comes to your mind when a tests are conducted. Now, normally people write 2 stories from conscious mind. But by the time they come to the third story, their subconscious takes over. They have no time to think. They are under pressure. They write what comes to their mind. And what will come to their mind is what is it there in their subconscious. So this is the correlation. And by the time you come to a 12th story, this is a blank slide. As somebody was asking me, Cadet Sanjana. Now in blank slide, again now you have to imagine a story. You can imagine anything, depends on what comes to your mind. So by the time you come to 12th story, a boy had written, this is girl and this girl is doing well. No, he has imagined himself as a girl. I remember one story of all the stories which were discussed in conference. So that is an example. So anybody can write anything in this blank slide. You can write, so it depends on what comes to your mind. There is no point me giving an example. When you see a blank slide, now you have to write a story. This is coming as the last story. So this is all about TAT, thematic apperception test. Apperception is a combination of appreciation and perception. In my opinion, and I'm not a psychologist, I'm an interviewing officer. This is based on my understanding and spending 6 years in SSB that I am sharing these tips. When you finish TAT, now somebody will show you, now you come to something called WAT. What is the timing for TAT? How much time is TAT conducted? TAT. Okay, maybe she's right, it is 50 minutes. Or maybe it is 50 to 60 minutes. A picture is shown for 30 seconds, write a story for 4 minutes. 4.5 into 12 is 54 minutes. So maybe it is 54 to 60 minutes. Okay? When you finish this, now you will be shown one word at a time. That word will be flashed for 15 seconds. 15 seconds the word is flashed. You have to write a sentence which comes to your mind. This test is called word association test. When you see a word, how do you associate? These words are common day-to-day words. But in between, you may have some negative words. Kill, hate, sex, love, terror. Anything. Can be school, college, football. Now you have to make a sentence, whatever comes to your mind. Somebody may write, when you get a word called kill, I'll kill DDG. Somebody may write, I will kill my mother. Somebody may write, terrorists are killing innocent people. Somebody may write, we should not kill. We should not kill animals. We should not kill. So anything. Hate. Hate is again a negative word. Tricky word. So these are the words where subconsciously when you are going through in a speed, you write whatever comes to your mind. Are you with me? So these word association test is one word is shown to you for 15 seconds and then this test is a continuous one and you have to write 60 words in what is the total time of this test? Anybody's guess? 15 minutes because one word 15 seconds, 4 words 1 minute, total is 15 minutes. I have seen people, candidates passing with missing few, candidates passing, not passing. So it is, there is no merit, there is no What I'm trying to say that psychologists will assess your personality based on how they assess your dossier on all the tests. If you have missed one or two words in between, doesn't matter. But if you are missing all the negative words purposely, then it can go against you. Are you with me? So there is a word called table. Is table a simple word? So what is a sentence from a table? What will you make? Table. Table is used for writing. Good. Table. Table shows the better health of a person. Table is used for writing. Table. Place the book on the table. Simple word. Now somebody can write table is near the bathroom. I eat on the table. Glass is kept on the table. Books are kept on the table. Now, how is this result compared to how that the psychologists assess? They see your PIQ. They know you are son of a auto driver. Now they know table near the bathroom, possible. Son of a Commodore. If the response is table is near the bathroom, it doesn't look nice because Commodore means there must be a dining table. Why is the candidate not saying, I eat on the table, I read on the table, I study on the table. Table is kept for books, books are kept on the table. So there are no right and wrong responses. Each response is allowing the psychologist to get a peek into your psyche. And then he or she assesses your personality. Have you understood the significance of WAT? If you finish WAT, you come to something called SRT. SRT is called Situation Reaction Test. There is a dossier in which there are 60 situations already recorded. And you get 30 minutes to answer or respond to those 60 situations. If you are traveling in a bus and he touches you. If you are going in a mall and a fire breaks out. If you are going in a train and you lose your ticket. I'm just giving, for example, these are the situations. Nowadays, situation may have changed as the world is changing. So, depending on the situations, you have to write a response. Now, good responses are where you are getting involved and taking some action. Because military is all about taking action and not running away from situations. Are you with me? So, situation reaction test, there are 60 situations, 30 minutes, give your response in those situations. If you are not able to finish 60, it doesn't matter. But if you keep missing out situations in between, then it doesn't look nice. You may answer only 55, it's okay, you're a little slow. But you answer 60 with 10 in gap in between, I think that is not a good way. So my suggestion is, respond as many as possible in the best possible manner, and even if you're not able to finish, doesn't matter. Then you come to something called self-description test, where you are asked to write for half a page, what do your parents think of you, what do your teachers think of you, what do your friends think of you, what do you think of yourself, and maybe what do you want to do, or something like that. So this is where again you have to write, what do your parents think of you. My parents think I'm useless, they don't like me, they don't love me, they love my sister, they hate me, they want me to do well in academics. Okay. My parents think very highly of me, they always motivate me, they know that I will become an armed forces officer. So this is, you have to actually write what your parents think about you, which only you know. And the psychologists will find out eventually after they see all your response. If you write, my parents think that I'm going to become an armed forces officer, and they know you have got class 10, 58%, class 12, 62%, no games, no extracurricular, no NCC, then it means you are just writing something. So it is, these are all individual responses allowing the psychologist to get a peek into your psyche. And through this, they assess your 15 OLQs. Friends, my friends think I'm friendly, I'm loyal, I can be trusted. They like to hang out with me. My friends think I'm jovial. If it is, if it's not correct with other aspects of a personality, then the dossier does not get assessed correctly. So it is better to write whatever is more realistic than less realistic. Okay? So I have finished all the tests. PAT, WAT, SRT and SDT. And with this I come to end of psychology test. Here, how can we prepare better for psychology test? First is the way you are developing OLQs. The second is to think correctly. A lot of us think incorrectly. Examples. Somebody has asked you to come in this auditorium and sit down for a DDG talk. Some people can think, oh, it's a golden opportunity. Even if I'm not going to clear SSB, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm not interested in SSB, let me listen. Maybe it'll be useful. Then you're preparing your body to assimilate and receive whatever is coming your way. Somebody may think, oh my God, again this nonsense. When will NCC learn? Drill is so much better. Sitting in auditorium, wasting time, listening to this man. What is happening? Anytime when you get a word like teacher, you will write something. And this example can apply to a teacher also. So sometimes we think incorrectly, wrongly, without knowing that this thinking is affecting our psyche. And in the process, we are rejecting whatever is good could have happened. When some situation comes, some of us say, okay, this crisis has come, let me do something. And then you are able to solve, it becomes an opportunity. Some people say, again, this crisis, what is wrong? Every day I am only facing problems in life. This is incorrect. God, what will happen? Then what is happening? Your mind has stopped thinking. You will not find a solution to that challenge. Your growth will not happen. And you will say, you will curse yourself and everybody else. So a situation which can get converted to an opportunity continues to remain a crisis for some. And this is where our psyche also builds up like that. I gave you example of that boy. The boy is there only. Some of you thought that her parents have hit her or hit him and he wants to commit suicide. Your psyche is getting reflected in the story which you produce. Have you understood that mechanics of psych test? How many of you have understood? Okay, 5 of you have understood. Good. Please keep your hands down. So if you have understood psych test, if there are any questions, I'll be glad to take them on. Yes. Mike.
Is there any word limits for this test, sir? Word limits, sir. Situation reaction test.
Good question. See, these are printed. It means you get a document where there is a situation and there are 1 or 2 lines gap. So if you write big, then you can write only 1 line. If you write small, you can write 3 lines. If you write like Commodore Rastogi, then you can write 2 lines. So there is no word limit, there is space limit. Okay, good question. You all are thinking. Good.
Sir, in this time, psychology students can act like a smart. I think psychology students can act like a smart in this test.
Psychology students will do better in this test.
Yeah, because they can act, because they know somewhat.
No, I don't think so. Essentially, her question is, she is making a statement that the psychology students will do well. It means somebody who is pursuing BSc psychology will do well in the psych test. No, to the best of my knowledge, maybe not. Psychology students will have better understanding of psychology. But these tests are assessing your personality. Somebody with a psych knowledge may be able to give some better answer, manipulate an answer. Possible. But then she will not do well in GTO, she'll get caught in the interview. So, although I don't agree, but maybe, although I was a student of psychology in class 11th and 12th, and I have studied little psychology. So, it is not possible for a psychology student to do well. It is possible for somebody who has these OLQs to do well. That is my advice. Like if you have been, sir.
Shall we break for 10 minutes?
Yes, after this. Okay. So we are getting a forced break after this question answer session. I was scared to see principals are so close to me. So, okay. So I don't think psychology students will necessarily have an advantage. People who will have an advantage are people who have been active in life, who have developed OLQs, who have, brothers and sisters, cousins, friends, played games, fought with people, did well, persevered, spent night studying, again next morning played, did some cultural program, taken some interest, listened to some talks like this, they will do well. They know in the bus, if you go, they have traveled in a bus, they know what will happen. They know you have to push your way. You have to protect some people who are old. So anybody who has gone through life in a better manner has these OLQs. Why did I pass the second time in SSB? Because why did I not pass the first time? Because in school, when I joined Sani school, I was 10 years old. All my friends were 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So Principal Colonel Sasangi told me, son, you are very young, you come next year. 1978 I'm talking. I was born in 68. So when I went for that Sani school exam, I qualified the written in my first attempt. Then I went for interview. So at that time I was 9.5 years old. So principal said, you are very young, you come next year. I said, no sir, I will join this year. Finally, when I went for a school selection, my name was not on the list. Somebody has knocked up my name just by getting selected. I'm talking about 4th June 1978. So my father was disheartened because we had bought items, we had bought all my clothes, and I was excited to enter Sani school because I had got selected. So when I entered the school, my name is not there. So people were disappointed. So finally in the end, somebody said, go and meet the principal, Colonel Sasangi. So when we all met Colonel Sasangi said, yes, I have taken this boy. Because I had told him in interview, I will join this year. Next year, nobody has seen. So that's how I entered. So when I entered the school, now I'm studying with students who are much older. And there's a difference between 10 and 14 years. And Sani school education is free. So people studying, leaving board exam were coming in class 6th. Leaving 9th were coming in 6th. So by the time I reached 11th, my confidence level was not as high. So when I went for SSB, I qualified written because I was good in academics. So in interview, when SSB in GTO test, I did not jump from Taj and sleep. I went up, I had to catch a rope, I got scared. Then I came back. So when I came back, I went to Sani school back. And I also lost my confidence in conference. Seeing so many military officers seated there, I think I panicked. So when I missed the SSB, now I went back to school. Now I had to think what to do. So I said, let me attempt again. Maybe I have made mistakes here. Let me get into better shape. Second time I qualified. So so how did I reach here? So what I was trying to do is, since I had spent time in school, I had been through certain amount of training, I had a functioning mind, I had participated in some games. So I joined NDA. And in NDA again, trained me for 3 years. So whatever OLQs I didn't have, again they came up. So people who have taken active part in life, in whichever field, will have better chance, because these OLQs are basic qualities. There's nothing rocket science in this. Nobody is asking you rocket science. But you should have a functioning mind which can lead, which can find solutions, which can think, which can see a problem, which sees problem as an opportunity and not as a crisis, which is able to adjust, which is able to cooperate for team's aim, which is duty, where there is a sense of duty, which raises hand, takes initiative, there is a speed of decision, ability to influence group, liveliness. Some people are not lively because of their background, because of the stars they're born, because of their upbringing. Some people don't have that pleasant disposition. One crisis, they start crying. Mama. Mama means chance of becoming officer is less. Determination is what? Not giving up. Obviously, everybody goes through challenges. So if you don't give up, then these qualities start coming in you. Courage is what? Appreciating risk involved and taking the step. No, next time I jumped, I said, yeah, everybody is jumping. What is wrong with me? Why should I not jump? I jumped, I caught the rope, I came down. Same problem I had in NDA. NDA, it is compulsory to jump from 10 meter of height to a swimming pool. So we jumped from 3, okay, 5, okay, 7 meter, I was scared, 10 meter, I was very scared. Again, they said, what useless boy, can't jump. And your peers are watching, friends are watching. Then you have to think, if you don't jump, you are thrown out of NDA. So I said, better jump. I jumped, and I've got overcome that fear which I had of jumping. So OLQs develop over a period of time. Nobody can develop sitting in SRCS or aftermath talk. If you have gone through life, chances are OLQs are there in you, and you can get selected. Okay? Okay, good question. Any more questions in this part? Yes, good.
Jain sir, my name is Cadet Kishan Singh. So my question is, does negative answers impact on stage 3? If yes, how much does it impact, sir? Yes, sir. Sir, psychological test.
So his question is, do negative answers impact your selectability? What is a negative answer? What is a positive answer?
Sir, negative means, as you told, like the answers kill, that and all, sir.
I told you, entire psychologists will assess you in the 15 OLQs depending on reading your entire dossier. One line answer will not make an impact. But if you write, I will kill my mother, what does it show? It shows that in psyche, your adjustment issues are there with your family. It means if your family adjustment issues are there which you have not been able to resolve, and you are saying I'll kill my mother, it means it definitely you're not selectable. You can kill your boss tomorrow if you don't like him. No, obviously somebody who can, and there is a famous example of a naval officer. Real life naval officer in a situation has has killed somebody. I think he found somebody with his wife. He was in Cochin, he traveled to Bombay, either it was his wife or his girlfriend. He found somebody in bed, I think he shot him, and then he chopped his body into pieces and disposed them off. So then it came back to SSB. How did he get selected? See, shooting somebody is okay. You have killed somebody out of rage because somebody is you have found somebody in a compromising situation with your wife. But again, to have so much, so these responses, of course, so when you say I'll kill my mother, I will kill my teacher, and these responses come, I can assure you. In an SSB of 6 years, I have met 2,000 candidates, and there are different stories. Everybody has gone through life in a different manner. And not everybody has had happy childhood, happy school, happy college. Despite that, we have to move on. Are you with me? So negative answers will definitely impact negatively. And especially such words where our strong emotions are displayed, definitely means non-selectable for military. You can be better off somewhere else. Okay? Okay, good. Any more question? Anybody? Yes?
Sir, what does GTO stand for? GTO.
GTO we have still come to. That is, okay, GTO is a group testing officer. That is the fifth technique. That is the third technique. Yes, that is part 5 of my talk.
Yes.
So we have talked about psych test. After this, we'll take a break. Thereafter, we'll talk about part 4, which is group testing. Part 5 is interview technique. And part 6 is conference procedure. So as of now, I will take on questions till psych technique. And thereafter, we'll take a break. Last question. Anybody? Okay, good. Question. Good.
How people can always think positive.
Okay, good. Okay, I think Principal Sir is waiting. Maybe we will break off for we'll break off for this media interaction. I'll come back and take on this question. Is it okay? Okay. Thank you very much. Should we give them a break? Break? 20 minutes? 15 minutes? 20. Okay, please take a break. Principal Sir is very happy. You all can take 20 minutes break now. What about, okay. We'll recommence at 1320.
Students, cadets kindly take 20 minutes break and assemble here by 1:20. Thank you.